So on my last video, I saw a really interesting comment from Element, and he said, I want to start collecting skins, but I don't know where to start. And today's video is everything you need to know to start collecting your dream CSGO inventory 2022. Let's get started. So obviously, to start things off, there's a couple different situations that you might be in at the moment. If you have literally nothing, not even prime status, you're pretty limited in what you can actually do in the game since you can't get drops. But I have a solution for that. How would you respond if I said there was a way you could get free CSGO skins, but there's a catch? Would you believe me? Well, actually, a site like that does exist, and you guys have earned over $100,000, and it's called Free Cash. I've mentioned it a few times in the past because it genuinely is a pretty useful way to start building up an inventory for free. Now, obviously, it is time consuming, but it can definitely be a really useful tool if you want to get your first couple skins to start trading or investing. It's freecash.com, and make sure to use code TURBO. You'll get yourself a free case, and you'll directly support the channel in the process too. Essentially, your goal is to work your way up to prime status, and once you have enough skins to sell to get prime, then go ahead and do that. Having prime will maximize your ability to build up your inventory. Once you have prime in CSGO, you are eligible to get drops, and those can be worth between 15 cents and $2 depending on what you get. And then you have a couple different options. If you get a newer, more expensive case, the best thing to do is insta sell it on the market. I mean, try to sell it for a reasonable price, obviously, and then use that to pick up some cheaper cases as kind of like a long-term investment. But if you have default skins and you want some play skins, that's another option too. However, if you get a cheaper case, then the best thing to do there is just hold on to it and wait for the price to go up slowly over time, because cases that are in circulation usually start off at a high price and then they kind of trail off over time. And once they leave the drop pool, that's usually when they start to slowly rise. For example, breakout cases used to be 3 cents and now they're worth $3 to $4. So a lot of people didn't realize it was a great investment, but it really was. And obviously, when it comes to newer cases, there's no real way to know how the market is going to go in the future. So anything long-term does have an amount of risk. Just keep in mind though that Valve can release an update that can affect the skin market in either a positive or negative way. And one of the biggest examples of this was when they added this 7-day trade hold. A lot of people thought that that was the end of CSGO skins, and essentially people started panic selling. And because of all the panic selling, they actually drove a bunch of the prices down artificially, but over time it was actually able to recover. At this time though, a lot of really smart investors actually sniped up those really cheap skins, and if they waited long enough, then they all made fat stonks. To put everything into perspective, if they started off with $1,000 investment and they sold today, they could have turned that $1,000 into upwards of $3,000 to $5,000, and maybe even more depending on what they picked up. If they picked up a Dragon Lore, then they could easily make 10 times their initial investment. Yeah, honestly, kind of nuts. But back to the market being at a low point, so you can also take advantage of this during the summer and winter sales, but only for a short amount of time, of course. And people usually liquidate their skins by quick selling them on the market, and then they go pick up some cheap games. But if you can sell your skins before they drop, before the sale, when prices are still high, then you can actually get some Steam balance to work with. And then you can actually use that Steam balance to pick up the skins while they're at a low point. Now, obviously, they have to be on sale by at least 20% for it to be worth it, because you buy the skin low, it goes back up when the market stabilizes, and boom, there's your profit. But normally if there's not a sale, then you can't really do this, unfortunately, because the market fees are just too high. They're 15%. Now you could do this, or you could just buy some games. Like, I don't really care, do whatever you want with your money. But if you want those fat stonks, you gotta hold in there, my dude. Operations and majors are another big opportunity, so let's start off with majors. You basically just buy the major pass, and this essentially gives you access to do pick'ems, where you basically pick which teams you think will make it to the next round in the major. And then for the playoffs, you have to pick whichever teams you think will advance and which team will ultimately win the major. The more you get right, the more tokens you get to pick up these souvenir packages of your choosing. Obviously though, because upsets do happen all the time in Counter-Strike, getting every possible drop isn't guaranteed. But once you have all your token coins, you want to pick up some of the souvenir packages with more expensive skins. And lately, anything with a covert has been the way to go. So obviously Mirage for the Desert Hydra, Ancient for the Welcome to the Jungle, Dust 2 for the Gold Arabesque, and Vertigo for the Imminent Danger. Now it's really up to you with what you want to do with these. Obviously you could unbox the packages and try to get something crazy, but pulling anything decent is extremely low, like more rare than pulling a knife. And honestly, the smartest thing to do is hold on to the packages until the skins aren't in circulation anymore. You know, wait for Valve to add new skins, wait for prices to rise, and boom, profit. And then there's also operations, which the drops that come with it are guaranteed as long as you do the challenges and earn all the stars. So during recent operations, you basically had the choice between operation cases, graffitis, stickers, agents, or even skins from different collections. Typically, the safest way to go is to get the cases, and if you can get a few while the prices are high, then you can sell them to recoup some of your money. But as the operation weeks go by, typically the prices drop because there's more supply and overall less demand. And at this point, the smartest thing to do is just hold on to those cases while they're cheap, maybe even pick up a few more on the market, and then hold on to them until well after the operation ends. Just remember though that anytime you invest in CSGO skins, there's never any guarantee. But once you have a decent collection of skins, then you can begin trading. So you can go on Twitter, Discord servers, trading servers in game. But ultimately you want to go at your own pace, and you need to make sure that you don't get scammed or sharked or ripped off in any way. Trading is a really complicated topic, and it's basically different for everyone. So the best way to learn how to do it is from personal experience. And overall, you don't necessarily even really need to trade to build up an inventory. Oh, by the way, this is the most important thing I'm going to say in this video. If you want to build up your dream inventory as fast as possible, just simply save up that money and do not open cases. I repeat, don't open cases unless you want to lose money, because the odds are so low of getting anything good that, statistically speaking, you're basically guaranteed to lose money. And yes, scams in CSGO are absolutely rampant, and it's your responsibility to understand the signs of a potential scammer and try to get yourself out of that situation. But I've actually made more in-depth videos kind of talking about it, and I'll link that in the description so you guys can check it out after this video. But in short, Valve will never ask to verify your skins. It is easy to get scammed when you're dealing with cash traders. There are millions of impersonators, API scams, and so much more. But if you do want to buy skins for way cheaper than market price and also cash out your skins for real money, the site that I've had the best experience with is Skinport, and my link will be in the description down below. And of course, using my links helps the channel in a huge way. And obviously, aside from Skinport though, there are other marketplaces as well, but since I haven't really used them, I can't really vouch for them. And I should also mention that there is this one Chinese marketplace, but using it outside of China is kind of a bad idea, because you sell your skins for balance, and then you need to find a person who will give you the money for that balance, and then you still run into the issue of potentially getting scammed. Like, it forces you to go through all these extra steps, including providing your Steam API. I mean, overall, if you'd prefer to have it be as simple as possible and just get the money directly into your bank account without going through a million different hoops, Skinport is great. But a few more things about collecting skins. So obviously, avoid buying skins from brand new cases, especially within the first 1 to 2 weeks, because this is when the prices are always at their highest. If you wait a little bit for the prices to hit a low point, then you can pick them up. And then in the meantime, you can use them as play skins. You can just throw them in a storage unit. Basically, you just want to hold on to them, wait for the prices to go up once they leave circulation, and then boom, profit. Then you can get some new skins. Ultimately, when you're looking for play skins, it's purely personal preference, and honestly, just get whatever you like. And keep in mind that it can take a while to get to where you want to be when you're building up your inventory, so be patient. Building your dream inventory isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. Anyways, like, comment, share, subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed, and thanks for watching.
Oh yeah, Mr. Krabs. Oh yeah, Mr. Krabs. Oh yeah, Mr. Krabs. Oh yeah, Mr. Krabs. What? Mr. Krabs. Oh yeah, Mr. Krabs. Oh yeah, Mr. Krabs. What? Mr. Krabs. Coming on my